The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Good afternoon and welcome to RCR Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host for today, Michelle Dosberg. Hello. I have a room full of beautiful women with me here today. I'm way at the end of the table, because I have so many guests here today, but I'm excited and thankful that they were able to spend some time with me today. And we'll get into that just in a second. We may have some new listeners, so thank you for joining us, and thank you for our existing listeners and supporters. Just want to give you guys a little background about what Real Chicks Rock is all about. It's all about the empowerment of all women. We do it through various different vehicles and ways and opportunities. We do it through community service. We do it through mentoring and public speaking. We do it through our brand. Check it out, right? T-shirt line. We've been doing that for a couple of years now. Thank you for supporting us that way. And then lastly, which has been about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, we've been using the arts, and my love now has been media. And so we've been using this platform to raise awareness about things that impact us as women in our communities, in our families, in our businesses, in our homes, etc. So today we're talking about, the topic is women in corporate management. Yes, because there is a body of people that are excited about working in corporate America. Corporate America has been good to them, for them. And so today I've got different women from different backgrounds. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a discussion, because we need to have this conversation, because I think oftentimes than not, we don't understand all of the mechanisms and how people are successful in their roles and in their path. We see the Oprahs, we see other people that we don't have access to, and you ladies are in our community, so it would be great to kind of get your perspective, how things fleshed out for you, and what can we do to have a successful career in corporate America if we desire to have that. So before we get started, I wanted to just, go around the table. Just a little bit of introductions, because, this is a lot of power at this table. So thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. I'm going to start with my beautiful friend here on my left. Hi. What is your name?
Hello.
Tell the people your name.
Hello, Internet world. My name is Reyna Jones, and I am a senior communications analyst in the health IT sector of a Fortune 500 company.
Nice.
So I have about 10, 12 years of experience, and I'm doing what I love. So
awesome.
I hope I can give some good advice.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to come this way. Name and what do you do?
My name is Latoya Parker, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Phoenix Associates. We're in financial services.
Nice.
We do insurance and financial planning.
Nice. How long have you been doing that?
I've been in the industry 22 years.
You're not old enough to be in anything for 22 years.
I actually started my first job at 17 years old at Travelers.
Are you serious?
Yes,
And you like it?
I love it. I love what I do.
Oh, awesome. Let me get to this little love bug right here to my right. Yes. Tell them who you are, girl.
I am Lee Watts. I am the Chief Marketing Officer for Smith Gambrell & Russell, which is a corporate global law firm.
Nice.
We are one of the top 200 law firms in the country. And I do all of their marketing, strategy, branding, all of that. And in addition, I have my own marketing company on the side.
Oh, nice.
And I love what I do in corporate America, but I'm an entrepreneur, but I love corporate America.
You
as
love
well.
corporate. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to pick on you a little bit in a second on that. And the one on the end over there being busy. Hello, love bug.
Good morning, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome. Tell the people your name and what do you do?
Yes, my name is Diana Caplinger. I am an IT executive. I head up websites and marketing technology for a large financial institution here in Atlanta.
Large, super large, super large. And so we won't disclose if we don't have to. So yeah, really big things. So ladies, again, welcome. Thanks for joining me today for this conversation. You guys are bubbling. Just as you announce your title and what you do and how long you've been doing it. And that's very exciting. And that was the energy that I had 25 years ago. I had to think about it. Yeah, because when I went to college, I do have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree in computer information systems. That's a long time ago, right? And when I came out, I was like, yes, gung-ho for corporate. I've had the opportunity to work for Fortune 500, 100 companies. So I've been blessed in that regard. And I was always excited about the opportunities of it. But somewhere along the way for me, things just didn't blossom. And I just don't know why. I think when I applied for positions and such, I was told that I didn't have it. And I never knew what it was. But yet now that I have Real Chicks Rock, people are like, yes, you are doing it. So that's what this it is. But I want to fill in that void. I want to talk about a little bit of, your career and really your college education. Let's start back with that, because sometimes people are very successful in corporate America that didn't have a master's degree or even a Bachelor of Science degree. It was just basically maybe making the right choices at the right time, pursuing the right journey or job or profession, if you will, and it evolved, right? So I'm looking over here. What college? Did you get a college degree, if I may ask?
Yes, I did. So I went to the University of Missouri School of Journalism.
Okay.
Journalism was my passion. I can't do anything if I'm not passionate about it.
Okay.
I just can't. So I'm very strategic about what I choose to put my energy into. So journalism. And then I wanted an area of expertise, and so I wanted to focus on health issues. So I went to grad school.
Okay.
Because I got to be a boss.
Oh,
gotta be a boss.
Okay.
So, I wanted to, be a journalist focusing on health issues and have that Master's of Public Health to back me up.
Okay. Okay.
So,
all right. Diana, you.
Yes,
I know you have some degrees in your pocket, right?
I have my undergrad degrees in computer information systems.
Yes.
I have an executive MBA from Georgia State. That's where I've met these two lovely ladies. I also have a number of certifications. So I've always looked very young. So I've been in IT for 17 years, but I've always looked young. So to help open doors for me, I started very early on in pursuing certificates. So I am a project management professional, so my PMP certification.
Yes.
I also have a certification, a Microsoft. So I'm a certified Microsoft technology specialist with a specialization in Microsoft projects. So that's a software application used to manage big projects such as building a building. It was also used for adding the runway.
Right.
That type of software is used to manage those types of projects.
Right.
And I am a certified Six Sigma green belt, and I'm also a certified Scrum Master, and that's an Agile framework.
Is there any other certifications you need or would like to get, Di? I think you got them all.
And those are all, because there are some other things, like Lee mentioned, that I would like to do outside of the professional realm that bring me joy. And so I would like to pursue becoming a life coach.
Really?
And getting licensed as a life coach.
You could do that. I might have to see you on that. Latoya, did you get higher education?
I got higher education. I got my undergrad at Georgia State.
Good school, good school.
I got out of high school early, so I started college and high school kind of at the same time.
Really?
And when I got to Atlanta, I went to Georgia State at night full time. I worked full time. But I was going to be an attorney. I was going for pre-law.
Really?
When I got my undergrad, I had 7 years insurance experience, and I did a career outlook way back then, and it said financial planners are going to be the top profession. So I kind of switched gears there. I didn't go to law school, start pursuing my certified financial planning designation, worked on my securities licenses, started my own company on the side, and just started networking like crazy, because in Atlanta, it's really about the extra connections that you make. And then I got really active in the Financial Planners Association, chaired a couple of positions there, career development, where I did a lot of mentoring for financial planners coming up, and now I'm advocacy director. So that's talking about financial planning issues for the community.
So it's the connections for you.
Connections for me. The connections.
I know Diana be connecting too, right? It's the connections, right? Really. So, and some people may push back on that and say, yeah, connections is fine. But then you find that some people, because you ladies have your weight, and I'm coming to you, Lee. I didn't forget about you. But you guys have your weight. Like, you have the credentials and the experience and the degree to back up your networking opportunities. So if somebody says, I think you would be great for this job, and you apply for it and you get it, you have substance to fill that role. Sometimes people do a lot of this networking and they're not the best fit for the role, and then it kind of ruins it for other people. So then the networking can be it could be a 50-50 kind of an opportunity for the rest of us. Would you agree?
I would totally agree. But, I would also say that as women of color, we know we have to come with more.
Come on now.
We know we have to come with our degrees, with our certifications, with our experience.
Yes.
And so we're prepared.
Yes. Okay.
I agree.
So Lee, where did you get your education? Higher education?
So I got my undergrad from Ohio University. I'm originally from Ohio, and my executive MBA from Georgia State.
Okay.
So I don't have all the certifications, but kind of going into what Latoya was saying, the networking, which I do some, but probably not as much as I probably should, but networking. But I think what helped, in addition to my education, was I'm pretty good at working the internal politics.
Really?
So I know I'm very quick. One of my big rules is know where the power lies as soon as you get into an organization, and you figure out how to work within those powers. And I learned that pretty early, and with marketing and branding, I learned how to work that.
And that smile can't get no.
watching.
Yeah, that smile is real big. Like she's like, I got the magic touch, baby. I know how to get them. So you got them from working the internal,
Yeah, I'm
process.
a big believer in just internal branding work. I actually kind of cringe when people tell me they hate politics. Corporate politics.
I better
Because
watch
I'm
my
like,
language. I'm going to
you gotta
watch
work
my
it.
language.
Even if you're not going to play the game in a dirty way or anything,
Nobody
but you need
wants
to know what the politics are in your place, and you got to play the game. I'm sorry, as women of color, as women, period. You have to play
That's
the
my
game.
problem. I won't play the game.
No, you can't keep your head down and work hard.
Yeah.
No.
You're not going to get noticed that way.
You need to acknowledge what's in play, whether the power system, the ecosystem.
Okay.
You need to identify and sit down and say, okay, what's the ecosystem? Where do I want to be? What are the things I need to know? Who do I need to know? Where is the industry going? Where is this company going? Where do I need to go to get me to my end game? So you really have to be very, very aware of your surroundings, understand what words to say, what words not to say. You have to pay attention. How to dress.
I was going to get to that.
So, like I said, I work in financial services. You will never see me in a hat, right? You're never going to see me. So I wear a suit every day. Luckily for me, I love suits.
Yeah,
right?
you do. And you look nice in them too, don't you?
Thank you. It doesn't mean my earrings or my bracelets or, what have you don't attest to my personality.
Okay.
However, I'm in a suit that works for that environment.
Okay.
And it works well.
Okay.
Right? And then also, before we got on air, we talked about height. Right? Most successful people, men and women, are taller.
Right.
So absolutely.
I never not wear heels ever.
Statistically speaking, most CEOs,
Wow.
C-suite are taller.
This
Men
is
and women, yes. So you have to be aware of those things.
So I'm a shorty. I'm not going to make it. Well,
No,
yeah.
no, but you
I'm
have-
short, but
Yes.
I do never not wear heels.
You
ever.
always wear heels.
Casual day, and even with casual day, as she was saying, I don't get too casual.
No.
No.
Because
There are so
had
many
that.
rules.
Yeah, I mean, so the casual day. I had a Friday where I put on a tunic with jeans and a blazer.
Yeah.
And then I got there, and 2 hours later, it was like, oh, we need you in a meeting with the CIO.
Right.
I always say
I'm on
have
a
a jacket.
tunic,
Yeah.
not a button down. So
Yeah.
after that, for 3 years, I never wore jeans into the office. Period. I don't care unless it was a volunteer day outside of the office. I never wore jeans.
Yeah.
And just now, I started reintroducing jeans, but it's going to be with a button down.
I
and
heard
the
that.
blazers and be a tailored fit blazer that can easily, but yeah, and then I'll still get to the meeting early and not get up.
Yeah. Okay. Now I got a couple of things because we opened the door on a couple of different things. Looks is a thing. Look is a thing. Look, the way you carry yourself, your posture, how you enunciate, pronounce words, and not just because you are a woman of color. They're looking to see, do you mimic or have any residue from the stuff that we see on television
I am working
today?
with my 7-year-old.
Yeah. Yes. There's certain words that should never be in our mouth because that's what they're looking for. And then they go, aha, I thought so. Right. So that's one thing. Do you find that corporate America is still stringent in even the way we wear our hair? Because I am natural now. And now, not for nothing, people who don't look like me, like the Caucasian counterparts, they're coming in to work with green hair or maybe purple. There's tattoos that are visible, earrings, there's piercings. And so I think different companies allow for different things. But just from your perspective, do you think that at least that has been relaxed for us? Because we're trying to embody some things that mean a lot to us culturally. Do you think that's a hindrance? All right, marketing. Yes.
Well,
Ding, ding. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Yes,
I actually
Lee.
just spoke on a panel recently about this.
Yes.
In law firm life to a bunch of African American attorneys.
Okay.
And everyone had different opinions, you know, especially the younger ones. Like, I'm who I am, and whatever. The bottom line, whether you're in legal, IT, financials, or whatever it is, insurance, that you have to know who your client is.
Yes.
All of us have a client.
Yes.
Whether you're, selling a product or whatever, we all have someone that we're selling to or we need to impress. So know who your client is first.
Yes.
And then the second rule of thumb is don't wear anything, whether it's your hair, your jewelry, whatever, that will distract from your intellect.
Now that's fair. That's fair.
So if they can't get past your hair color because or can't hear what you're saying because they're so distracted by your hair color, what do you want to be known for?
Okay.
That's always the bottom line. What do you want to be known for? So
Now, hair color is fine. I'll give you that. But do you think there's objections to the fact that it's not always straight?
I think so, particularly as companies. So we have industry now is where so many services are commodities. Everyone has a thin margin.
Yes.
And so companies are moving more to focusing on clients and their client base. And so you'll see leaders be a lot more lenient than they used to be because if you get the work done, if you have orange hair and you know how to carry yourself, but you get the work done, that's the bottom line. But again, you have to get in the door first. You have to prove yourself, and then you can get to that point, right? I had a lady who had interviewed, and from the interview, she had on an African-American lady. She had on a crop top wig. And I liked her. She, on paper looks great. We had a great, I thought she was a good fit for the organization, a good fit for the role. So I brought her on. And the first day at work, she shows up with her natural hair. And I almost wanted to pull her to the side because I was a hiring manager. I almost wanted to pull her to the side. Like, was that really necessary? Because I know the company pitched you as a talent resource to me because they know me and they know my expectations in regards to talent on my team. And we actually didn't have that conversation because I was like, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It's her personal choice. But that's where I personally witnessed someone who knew they were being interviewed by an African-American hiring manager who's like, came in suit with a wig on that was a bob, a clean cut bob. And then the first day it was natural. For me, I'm like, I don't care. I can tell you're smart. I can tell you're effective.
Okay.
that
But,
wouldn't have been the case for everyone, though.
Right.
And one thing that Diana said that I think is also really important, do you want to just get in the door or do you want to move up?
Right.
Because sometimes we just like, well, I got it,
Yeah.
But if you're trying to, it's especially in the legal industry, if you're trying to make partner or go whatever, they may have let you in that door with that hair, but they're not going to let you go any further. So you got to think about that.
Now, I'm still on the looks. I'm not letting y'all go.
Okay.
I'm not. Because you ladies are very attractive.
Really?
Yes. Don't play. You know, when you got up this morning, you was everything. You looked in the mirror and you was like, yes, God, thank you. Please, may I have another? Yes, you did. You know that, and you get that. You get that. Now, let's keep it 100. Do we feel that is a winning ingredient that we need to have? Come on, keep it real.
It's not a minimum requirement. It does. People like pretty people.
Okay, all right. Say it that way, Diana.
You are.
Okay.
Be real.
Okay.
People like pretty people.
Okay.
Now, does it mean that just cuts out people who aren't pretty? No. Right? People have skills and jobs and there's roles and what have you. So again, you have to pay attention to the ecosystem in which you want to operate, whether that is in professional life, even in personal life. So there are clues you pick up around you. Where there are certain times, for example, because I am tall, if I'm in a room with certain men that I know are strong alpha males, I sit down. I do not stand up. because I'm standing over them.
Yeah,
and
intimidating them.
subconsciously I am making them feel a certain way. I purposely sit down. If I have one-on-ones with certain people, I will sit down and still not get up, particularly if I know I am 2 or 3 inches taller than them.
Wow.
So there's other things, and then there are other times as well where I tone down my makeup. Right? Lee actually taught me about lipstick color. So we're boring lipstick colors and talking about this beautiful lady right here. And now I'm like, oh my God, I need some color in my lips.
Yeah.
But in the office, my everyday color is like it's a very neutral color, right? So you tone down. So because I work in IT, I don't want people to think, oh, she's just here because she's pretty.
Right.
No, I tone all of that
down. You tone it down. You monitor
and so
that.
now I can have hair that's dyed or what have you. But even still, it was dyed, and my haircut, my stylist knows I got to tone that back down. Like, you're not gonna let. No.
Shouts out to your stylist. It's still better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouts out to her.
Shout out
Yeah, she's cute. All right.
So I'm tall as well. I'm 5'9.5". I love my heels. My mom says everyone looks better in heels.
That's what mommy said. That's what mommy said.
Yes. Shout out to heels.
Yes, she's all about looking your best.
Yes.
Sometimes, when she sees me on an off day, she's like, Reyna, did you not do your hair today? Is that how you go to work? So I know that I have to have it together. But so on the looks thing, for me, I don't want my looks to be distracting, but I also want to feel comfortable with what I look like.
Right.
And who I am.
Right.
And I am a Amazon woman. I'm tall. Yeah. And I have big hair. And I have a big personality. So I love standing up tall, in front of short men. I love it. I love it because I'm looking them in the eyes. I'm smiling. I'm being my genuine self. And that takes me a long way.
But you just touched on something too. End of the day, you're being your genuine
your self.
That is very, very important that it needs to resonate with everyone.
And I think your beauty should, to me, being beautiful helps for sure.
Yes.
But I think it's also empowering when you have something to back it up. So if someone looks at you and they say, oh, she's a beautiful woman. When I start talking, I want them to say, oh my gosh, she got it going on.
Yeah.
She knows she knows her topic. She's on point. She's prepared. I'm not letting my beauty speak for me. No. It is what it is.
It is
God
what
bless
it is.
my mom.
I know that's right.
It is what it is. I don't try to hide it. And I think that's one piece, but my background and the knowledge that I can bring, it just makes it even more better.
Makes it better. So you ladies are full package all day, every day.
But at least try. Like I've seen some women, and also African American women, that don't try. They come to the office and I know we're into the natural look, and a lot of people don't want to wear makeup and everything. But in corporate America, you need to put a little bit.
You gotta put a little bit of makeup on, even if it's just lipstick. You gotta put more.
The goal is to look a little polished.
A little polished.
I think to the point that was made earlier, know your surroundings, know the culture.
Yes. Well, I will wear lipstick. I will give you that.
And some of us suffer with the makeup thing because my mom never wore makeup. Yeah. And so I didn't know how to do it. I just couldn't put on some lipstick. But my sisters, one day we were having breakfast, and my sister's like, I think we need to go to Nordstrom's. I'm like, what?
Oh, you told me that story.
I was going to an event with her, and she was like, okay, we need to step this up. And then once I got it on, I was like, oh my God, I look good.
Yeah, your faces are beautiful.
I've just been working it ever since. Yeah. But this wasn't natural for me.
Yeah. Well, you guys look great. And I'm not just, I think it translates when people are watching you here on the show, but up close, you guys are really polished and beautiful, naturally beautiful. So there isn't anything about you that's overwhelming, like shocking. There's no shock value that you ladies bring. So I totally understand that. See, your face would make me want to wear makeup because it just looks so nice. It just looks so nice. Like I want to do that. So it is about surrounding yourself with like-minded people that will give you the push and the nudge to kind of get you out of your shell. Because I've always been in my shell. Let me tell you a little story about me and Diana. Diana and I worked. Yeah. Yes. So Diana is a risk taker. I love to hear her talk because she's like, she will push people out of their comfort zone and out of their box. Kicking and screaming.
Like I had a jacket on one day. She was like, "Take
it off."
And then like, just go.
Diana is the risk taker of the table. That you are. And so it is as simple as the car that I purchased. It was as simple as that. Because I was Miss Practicality. Like, you know, frugal, you know, I can't, like, this works for me. And she was like, girl, no. She's like, no, you work hard, you deserve it. You want that car, you get it. Just like that. And I still have that same car. You know, it's a Lexus. And it was Diana. When I drive it, I think about Diana because it's people like her that sees things in other people that needs a little stirring up, right? And I think that those are the attributes that some managers or some leaders don't have. In corporate America, they don't know how to stir up the gifts, and maybe they feel like that's not their responsibility. They feel like you're supposed to come with everything. That's not my job, right? But I think we are missing the opportunities in the days when you had management and managers that knew how to cultivate their team and was not afraid to develop leaders out of that team. I think would you agree with Latoya? How do you feel?
Agree.
Right? They're gone. That adage is gone.
I think that's the quality of a great leader.
Yes.
And they're still out there. And we all of us
yes,
are one.
you are. You are
and
one.
I think what we do, I know that the people that I work with and anybody that comes in contact with me, I figure out how I can build them up.
Yeah.
They bring me an idea and I go, oh man, you could do it this way, you could do it that way, try this, try that. It's just not being afraid to pour into someone else.
Yes, I totally agree.
I think the key to mentoring, though, is the mentee has to help manage the relationship.
Yes.
A lot of times the mentee waits for the mentor to come to them and to, you know, and most of the time we're able to be mentors because we have powerful positions or whatever, and we don't have that kind of time. But if you come to us,
we'll give it to you.
Well, so that's always my advice. Is, you know, mentees, don't be afraid to manage the relationship.
Right. That's my advice as well. You know, when I talk to younger people, I don't want to say I'm old, but I tell them, you know, reach out to me. Don't be shy. Text me, call me, leave a message. You're not bothering me.
Right.
Like, you need something and I want to help you, but I'm not going to be looking for you.
Yeah.
Right.
When you guys started on your corporate journeys, who were your mentors? And they could be someone in the organization, like maybe from a role perspective. Was it, here I am this manager, or maybe I'm a project manager, senior project manager, financial analyst, or whatever. Was your eyes set on maybe VP? Was it set on director? Was that your mentor, model, or role to look after? Or was it somebody even out of corporate America, like an Oprah? We keep picking on her, but there's other people. There's so many other people. Who was your... Let me start with you. Look, Diane, let me start with you. Who was yours?
We talked about ecosystem. I always wanted to be CIO of a middle-sized company. Middle-sized company, 20 to 30,000 employees, which is a very daunting desire.
Yeah.
I have vacillated.
You can do that. You can do it, Diane.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So some person I've always admired has been Ursula Burns, who was the CEO of Xerox, right? So very strong, big personality, incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
In running, you know, a major organization.
Yes.
And really the only person looking like her running a company like that. Was she attainable? No. However, I could read, listen in if she was presenting or on a panel, if she was at, you know, at a conference, try to get the dialogue, the transcript from the conference, and find, like Lee mentioned, do the homework.
Yes.
To then get educated and hear what she's saying, hearing what guidance she is providing, even though I didn't have the ability to interact with her directly.
Right. And the TED Talks today are helping.
Yes.
Because those are phenomenal. Lee, how about you?
I actually had my marketing director. She was my boss at the time. I was like a marketing assistant. And she's a white female that really just liked me. And I just told her one day, I love this field. I want to move up. And she literally just said, shadow me. So she took me to all these meetings.
Awesome?
And we're still very good friends to this day.
Of course.
And I've actually, this is not live. Anyway, I'm doing very well.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So, Latoya, how about for you? Is there anybody?
About this question. My mentors really were like the strong women in my family.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm gonna say all of the women in my family have got it going on, meaning working, stable careers, take care of their families. And so I left Chicago at 19 to move here. So when I got here, I had no plan. I mean, I knew I wanted to leave Chicago.
Okay, because it's
Chicago,
too cold.
It's too cold.
It's too damn cold. It's too cold.
I liked Atlanta because Atlanta had all the schools.
Yes.
And everyone owned their own business. I remember when I first started networking, everyone had a job, and they also did XYZ.
Yes,
and so that kind of got the drive. I started reading all about like different leadership trainings, development courses, and just start really working. The owners of our agency really helped me out. They've been in the business 45 years this year, and just watching them build something from the ground up, that's amazing.
Awesome.
So just great family, friends, and one of my best girlfriends. I mean, she just kind of whipped me into shape when she met me. I was 19. I had all the answers, and my claim to fame was I had a job and an apartment. And at 19, I was like, I'm doing it.
That was heavyweight. That's heavyweight at 19.
If
yeah.
she's listening, is Nidra. You know, we were out one day, and Nidra said, "Girl, are you going back to school?" Because I was in school. I started early.
Yeah.
And I said, "I don't know. I just got here. This is what I'm going to do." She says, "Well, anybody I know that's about something got their paper." And I was like, went back to my desk. I was typing. I was like, okay, Georgia State. What am I going to do? But
again, it's about surrounding yourself.
So,
So that's what it was for me.
I think same as you, my family has pushed and encouraged me to be the best that I can be. I come from a humongous family. I'm one of 12.
Ooh.
So,
wow.
I'm not afraid.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Mama.
Hi.
I'm not afraid of fighting for what I want.
Yes.
I am not afraid of speaking up. And I'm not afraid of hard work. I mean, because, growing up in a huge household, there was always work to do.
Yeah.
So my dad's a family physician, and he's always encouraged and supported us, our educational endeavors. And so all of us went to college, all of us, because that's the environment that we were brought up in, to always do more, to work harder. So I would say now I'm at a point now where I need to focus more on balance.
Yeah.
And self-care.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. For some women, especially Black women, we don't have those role models like you ladies have, which hats off to your family. Some of us are the pioneers in doing that. So for me, I was the first person to graduate, to go to college and graduate in my immediate bloodline for my family, because they believed in working hard, and education went as far as 12th grade or high school, but it wasn't the next level of, going to college and so I had to figure out a lot of that. Like, there wasn't anybody to tell me outside of the guidance counselor at school, like even how to fill this form out, like to get a Pell Grant, get a loan, and do all this. And so for some of us, we are like forerunners in that regard, and we're trying to figure it out as it all comes together. So it is, our villages are very important, because again, you start to embody different people regardless of where you come from. This is like your starting point. Like, we're all starting and walking together, and it is those early years in Atlanta, because I was like 20, 21. You wanted to party. Like, the weather was great because I'm from New York. So I was like, man, this weather's like 65 all the time. Like, woo-hoo. And get a little car with a sunroof and just, you was just like, you driving a 5-speed. And you was like, this is it. You got your own little place. And, but you had to say, like, there has to be more to life than just this. And for me, it wasn't necessarily chasing paper to fit in with a status or a group of people. It was a betterment for myself and for possibly getting married and my children, and just kind of breaking the generational stigmas that might have been associated with my bloodline, to let my children know, I have a son, that you can do this and more. So it's just kind of figuring and carving this out. Now, as you ladies were doing this for yourself, now you make it sound all rosy and bright. We're la la la, la la la. Were there any challenges in your pursuit and where you are today? No names have to be disclosed, nor the company. But can you remember a time where, and it could have been somebody that looked like you that was trying to snake you out of a job or that role, or wasn't supportive, or they were just blatant, just said, damn it, I don't want you in this position. Did you ever have that? No? It's always been good? Diana's laughing like, come on.
I think there have been so many examples.
Really?
I'm having a hard hard time
to
trying
pick
to.
one?
Yes, I was thinking about the color
Okay.
purple all my life.
That's like my favorite thing.
Now that's keeping it real. That's keeping it real. So with all of that, you've had several obstacles or opportunities or challenges where people were just trying to stop you. What was it that made you keep going?
Oh, just knowing that I'm better than that.
Okay.
Just knowing, like, to my core, I am better than the energy that's trying to
Yes.
stop me.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked on projects and I've had them given to my white colleagues to present to a director or a higher up.
Wow.
And it was like nothing. It was like, oh, Reyna, you did your job. Now this person has to do your job. No, like, I was not okay with that, and I went on strike. That's another story we'll get into. But, like, I understood my power. I understood that. I understood what value I brought to the table, and if you're not going to always get recognized for your hard work, but you have to stand up. You cannot let someone take advantage of you over and over and over again. So, yeah, I went on strike. I left for a few days to mental health days, and the project didn't launch.
Wow.
It didn't launch because the brains was at home taking care of herself.
Yeah, resting.
Taking care of herself.
Yeah, wow. Powerful. So when you came back, was there an apology, a promotion?
No, it was just dismissive. Like, oh yeah, we decided to postpone it. Not because you were out, but we decided to postpone it because we wanted something else to do on it.
Now, how do you ladies balance your power and still operate within the guidelines of the culture or the ecosystem? How do you do that?
Being very aware, and it's so interesting because it is mentally draining. I say, like, you don't want certain things to take up too much mental real estate.
Yes.
You don't want to allow for the mental gymnastics to happen. However, you got to stay on target. Right? You have something that you need to achieve, and you just got to keep things on target. So what you do is you sit down and just create a plan, right? So how do I get to my end state and then also leverage my power accordingly while not burning a bridge, pissing someone off, or making someone feel slighted, right? And it's not an easy thing to do, and it changes for every situation, right? And when you're knowledgeable, sometimes you already have certain credit that's there. When you're starting from scratch, you just have to do that extra mile, the extra FaceTime, the one-on-ones, and that's why having your network is very, very important. And not just networking to meet people, but also within your organization. It's very, very important because it's particularly now you need to have corporate sponsors. You need to have people who know at the end of the day, I know Reyna, I know her value. I know who she is as a character and a person. So you have to leverage those other parties because sometimes there's situations where you have no control. You're not in the room. You don't know what's being said. You have no control. So you need to make sure you have a voice that is in that circle, in that room, speaking on your behalf. There's a lot of different ways that you have to approach it nowadays.
And then dealing with somebody who also has just as much power as you.
Right.
You got to make sure you don't come full force, and then they come full force, and then it's not going to work.
It's a catastrophe.
It's a catastrophe. So reading them and understanding when to dial back. I'm trying to think of a book. I think it's a book called Power that I was reading. I read everything.
Yeah, of course.
And in this book, it just really talked about that. Sometimes you don't have to use anything.
Then are you being passive if you don't do
you're not
that?
being passive. You've read the situation. You know where energy you need to put into it.
Okay.
And if it's already there, it's like just read it, figure out what's going on. You're not being passive. You're still kind of behind the scenes doing something.
Okay.
But you don't have to be front and center exerting your power.
All the time. So it's knowing when and how to use your power.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good. Nat, do we still have somebody on the phone? Okay. Caller, are you there, caller? Who's calling to talk to us?
I am here.
Hi, who is this?
This is Ramadan. How are you, Michelle?
Hi, Ramadan. Thank you for calling. Will you have a question or comment?
I just wanted to really applaud this whole package. The show, and then having these women have these given this knowledge and these key pieces of information that are crucial for not just women, but for men as well, to be able to communicate that we receive this knowledge, you know. So I'm listening to you women talk about power and, you know, wielding it and how to wield it properly and in a healthy way that doesn't oppress anyone else. And I mean, to be able to hear that, it's inspiring because now, you know, I don't have to wield my power against women that are powerful because I'm like, okay, there's some women out here who kind of get it. Okay, I could just be easy this time. Or I can relinquish my power without feeling like I'm giving it away or something like that, you know. So this is like, it's hopeful, you know, like I'm confident now that there's somebody out there that, you know, that gets where I'm coming from too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just listening to that is crucial, you know. So, I mean, I can't even, you already know, Michelle, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy to even listen. So I don't have a question, but I'm just like, yo, more. Give me more of this. I'll be here for the next, you know, a couple hours.
Yeah.
So fill me up because I'm clear that, or if you didn't know, there are a large group of black men and white men and Latino men of all, I'm speaking for all nationalities, that are in this position where we think that, you know, women don't know how to participate with us if we are powerful. You know, we feel like we have to adjust our character or suppress ourselves because we feel somebody else is going to, you know, feel some way if we're too strong or we shine too hard. So, but to know that there's other women that are, you know, again, that, like they with this, like this is a comfortable place. We can be partners. You know, I don't have to work for you and you don't have to work for me. You mean we can do this together? Man, you just uplifted my whole spirit with that move right there. Real talk. So that's Ramadan. I let it go from there. Go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, Ramadan. Thanks for the call and for the comments. You got the lady smiling.
Thank you, as I love to do.
I
love
know.
to make sure ladies smile.
I know, Ram. I know. I'm glad you're not here because it's just too much beauty for you to handle right now, okay?
I know. No,
brains
that's why
and
I had to stay on the
intelligence
phone
is
for a
what we
little
got
minute.
today.
I can't be there.
No,
Sorry.
you can't. You can't be there today. But thanks for calling and continue to listen. We appreciate it. So
Thanks.
yeah, I mean that's a very good point that Ramadan brought up because I've heard, and I know I didn't say we were going to talk about politics, but just a little bit. I think there were quite a few men that didn't vote for Hillary because she was a woman, and there was a lot of black men that went that way. It was like, so do you feel that in the office? What is your demographic at work? Is it male, female, white, black? What is the percentages? How does that look at your level where you're at work? Real talk.
Where I work, it's pretty diverse. I'm working with a lot of scientists and communications folks. So it's pretty diverse in terms of gender and race.
Okay, great. Latoya, how about for you?
I would say the same. It's pretty diverse. We have more women in the office, but in our industry, it's male-driven.
Okay.
So when I go out to conferences and go places, then there's a big demographic change. But in my immediate daily, it's very diverse.
Okay. Diana, how about for you?
So it's, if you break down the question, so in my industry it's mostly male.
Yes.
In my field, my profession, it's mostly male.
Yes.
It is diverse, but it's still majority male.
Male.
Yeah.
And they're short because you're taller than them.
I'm 6'2" in heels, right? I'm 6 feet and I put on heels, I'm 6'2". So they're not short. They're actually average height for a male.
They're average
I'm
height.
just
You're tall.
taller.
You're a tall drink of water.
There is it.
Thank you, beautiful woman. Lee, how about you?
Not diverse at all.
Really?
I am the only black female in a C-level position or even that high.
That high.
And even when you look at the attorneys, we only, out of almost 300, we only have 3 black attorneys.
Are you
Maybe
serious?
4 now.
Wow.
And most of the time, I am the only female and the only black person.
Really? Do you feel an energy in the room? Do you feel like, do you look around in the room and say, wow, I'm it? Do you feel a weighted responsibility on your back because of that?
Sometimes, because a lot of times I'm in the room when there are hiring decisions being made. I think sometimes they forget that I'm there and I hear little
and saying
things
some things.
So then that's where I
it better
feel-
not be the N word.
No, nothing like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You won't get that. You're
No.
you're not, because everyone's polished.
Everybody's
Particularly
polished.
at our level.
Okay.
You're not gonna get that.
But you get words like maybe lazy.
No,
You're not gonna get that either.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's a very, for example, gosh, I don't know who's watching this, but
Yeah. Just say, play it safe.
They say safe zone.
okay.
Just say-
Anyway,
Safe,
you said just
safe,
say.
safe.
I can say something to that. I think
Yes.
that when you're the only black person, which I've been in situations like that, it's almost like they forget you're black. I don't. I mean,
They
I
do.
might
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it wrong. It's not that they don't see you as a black woman.
Yeah.
If they're comfortable with you,
They-
and
right, they feel
they
safe.
they converse with you all the time, and I don't know. I think they can look past it.
They
Yeah,
look
right.
past
Absolutely.
it. Okay.
And
But
that's-
I do feel, I do feel the uncomfortableness sometimes.
Okay,
However,
okay.
I also do feel the power that I have
All right.
being the only female or the only black female in the room, and especially because I know I have value.
Yes.
And they're just like, damn,
Right.
this,
Yeah.
I
So that's
need
a
it.
good
I need what
position
she
to be in.
has.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, so I enjoy it.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I know it's I think you said it well, Latoya. It's like they don't see you in that perspective, or they just see past that, right?
past it.
And we're very comfortable, and we're just talking. And I guess that's fair.
I wonder if it's just because it's one.
Well, I think also it's a so I come off sometimes very universal, right? Is I can make a friend
What
anywhere.
are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't really know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Diana.
That's Diana.
Right?
Yeah,
It's just,
that's
that's just
Diana.
Diana.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to work and just say, get to the point where it's like, oh, that's just Diana. It doesn't, we
Right.
don't,
Yeah.
and I've had one or two colleagues who were not of African American descent say, I sat in a room and I looked around and I looked at you and I thought for the first time ever in my life, like, oh my gosh, how did you feel? Like, it just dawned on me, we're in all these meetings all the time and you're the only one.
Right. Right.
I can't even imagine, like, how do you feel?
Right.
Right? Because it's not that they don't see you. It's just that they are so comfortable. They already know you. They know what you're going to bring to the table. They know your value. You have a great interpersonal
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
So once you get there, it's a good place to be because your voice is heard. They'll pull up a chair. You're like, hey, no, that's Diana's chair. Like, no, that's her. And so it's a very interesting place, but it's interesting because it's like, okay, so I want to mix it up or I want to do something different. Like, so you guys know, like I tend to get bored sometimes. Wow,
Sometimes.
Right.
Well, let's put in light die. Go, babe, go.
Now I want to
Sometimes.
do X, or
Yeah.
X may materialize and work in, I don't know, different nail type of style or different this, or oh, now I want to go pursue, whatever. And how I introduce that, or whether or not I talk about that, if it's not something that's visual, I stair step it from an eggshell standpoint to see how it's received, depending on what the it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you find that you get the support you need from your families?
I do.
Yeah.
You do. You do. I'm sure you, because,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. What? Come on, number 12. Are you number 12?
No, I'm number 3.
Number 3. Come on,
I'm
number 3.
but I'm the first girl, so.
Okay, so what-
I have 4 younger sisters looking up to me, and they're
Okay.
strong women too. So.
Okay, so you don't get the support you need?
I do.
You do.
I do.
Okay.
I get it from my family. Like I said, everyone went to college. We are, in a sense, competing with each other. We have high standards for ourselves.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
How about this side of the table? Support at home?
I think support at home, I think, and this is not what you necessarily asked, but I think sometimes your friendships change. So that's,
Oh, we talked many a nights about that one. Yeah.
And getting comfortable with realizing that these people are not going to be with you.
They're
and
not.
I've lost some friends.
You're going to gain some new ones. Hi, Latoya. Hi. How are you?
And I don't make friends easy.
You
so
know, and we're just going to key back here. We're going to get along very well.
Okay.
Because I am not intimidated. I applaud who you are. So, yes.
All right.
Yeah, we're fine. Go. So, yeah, you do. So, you notice that your friends change and that type of thing, the
I think all
dynamic.
of us, when we were in grad school, I don't know.
We lost friends.
You lost friends.
And not in a bad, like, controversial. It's just you guys are going in different ways.
You change. You lose friends when you get married. You lose friends when you divorce. You lose friends when you get pregnant. You lose friends when you can't have children.
That's a good perspective. It's true.
You lose friends just because it's just the evolution of where you are. But I tell people, I tell myself this, that a rocket, as it goes higher and higher, every part can't go with you. So parts come off of that. As you go higher, everybody, parts fall off. And so, you know what I mean?
She's always prepared.
It's just, she told me that. Latoya told me that.
Prepared.
Yeah, she's always prepared. She's going to take notes. But that's just part of the journey. And so, but you have to be open to know, and this is where my faith comes in, and I'm sure it may come in for you ladies as well, that whatever is removed probably was okay, but God will give you what you need in that next phase or course of your life. So as you guys continue to propel upward, you're going to get different people that are going to pour into you, give you different things you can pour into them, and because it's evolution of life.
We talked a little bit about mentorship and the importance of that, but we did not talk about a sponsor. And that's a term used in corporate America.
Okay.
So, and it's important to know the difference.
Okay.
So a mentor is someone who's going to give you advice and guidance, someone who you can go sit down with and share your frustrations, your dreams, and your aspirations.
Right.
It's a safe space. A sponsor is more of an advocate for you.
Okay.
It's a sponsor is a influential person who's going to connect you to the right networks and the right opportunities. And I believe that you need a sponsor in order to get to the top where you want to be.
Okay.
You cannot get there alone.
Yeah, you can't. You would agree?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't even take it a step farther. If you are new to an organization, even if you're just interning for the summer, you need to, every company now has some form of affinity group, whether it's photography, African American, disabilities, gay, lesbian, bisexual. You need to go join the affinity group. You need to go into your org chart online and start at the CEO or whoever owns the company and go all the way down. And go to each branch and see who's where, who's who, and just email them. More times or not, they're going to say, I'll meet you for coffee. I'll meet you for, that is on you. That is your homework. And I had, I used to go and interview interns for the summer from Spelman and Morehouse for our company, for placement in my current company. And one of the interns at the end of the summer got a great job and went on to go work for a large automotive company in Michigan. And we were chatting, and I was like, I hadn't heard from them. Let me reach out to them. And which is one thing. I'm like, you have free resources. Pick up the phone, call, stay in communication.
Right.
And one of her struggles, she was like, I don't have anything to talk about. I'm a female in IT. There's all males. I don't have anything to talk about when you're doing that chit chat before a meeting starts. And I said, you know what you need to do? You need to go. I said, look, just do it. I know it's not what you're going to want to hear, but this is what you need to do. And I'm telling you, you're going to be very successful because of it. 15 minutes at Sports Center. It's easy. 15 minutes. 15 minutes is all you need. The Jaguars playing today. 15 minutes. That's it. Boom.
Yeah.
Go to CNN.com, Yahoo, another 10, 15 minutes. And you can just set it up where you get the feed pushed to your cell phone notification. You
That's
can
a common
read
thread.
that. So boom, boom, boom. You need to do that every morning. So then you have the hot topics. You know what's going on. You know if a Dow dropped. You know if a law needs to be... Just off rip. I don't care what role you're in. You have to do the homework. Get educated on what's happening from a 360 standpoint, so that you do have something to talk about. So that you are in the room when people are like, oh, I didn't know.
Once, and it's all male. And I had just started fantasy football. I was addicted to it a couple of years ago. And I went somewhere and somebody asked me something. I said, I got to get my fantasy team together. Our draft starts. And they were like, what? You do fantasy football? And I was like, okay, let me get on your And I really got into talking about sports. I really wouldn't talk about it. I watched it all the time. Wouldn't really discuss things. But now, it's an instant gate opener. Conversation starter. Then there's another book I'll drop. It's called Talking the Winner's Way. Anybody who has a hard time networking, it's like short little tidbits on things you can do.
Say it again, Latoya.
Talking the winner's way.
Okay, that's
it. And one of the things I'll give a tip for women: have on something that's like it's called a what's it. Someone's going to look over and go, oh my God, what is that? It could be a beautiful scarf. It could be a beautiful brooch. It can be a red bag. It can be your glasses. It has to be something that makes you stand
Yes,
out.
yes.
And then it kind of helps you in a room.
Yes.
And then always go early to your networking
Yes,
events. Don't
yes.
go when it's a big old room full of people and
Right.
you're nervous and you stay in the corner.
Nope.
Go first, meet the
Yeah.
guest. meet the host.
Yes.
And then kind of work it from there.
Work it from
But
there.
Anyway, that's a short conversation.
Awesome. I'm going to get that book. Yeah, the topics of conversation have been my glasses, not these. These are new. These are nice. But it's always been the blue ones and wearing them on the tip of my nose. But absolutely, sports has always been the driver for me. I'm a reformed tomboy. I used to be a tomboy when I was a little girl, just playing sports and that kind of thing. And men gravitate to sports when you say, how about them dogs or whatever? How about, whatever's going on and you can relate to that. They go, all right, well, have a good day. And they just, so there's an instant connection. It's either that, sometimes a little bit of politics or just general, a safe zone with no color, no fragrance or anything is the weather. That's been just a very good spicy topic because it's got us all as a city just going about. Like today is 65, but 3 days ago was like with the wind chill like 2. So it's like, you kind of find those friendly zones that you can have these conversations to kind of connect with people. So I totally agree.
I think especially when you look different.
Yes.
Yes. You want to have something relational.
Yes.
To connect to.
Yes.
We're
people too.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking a networking group I used to go to on Friday mornings, all white males, and they would always talk about hunting in the summer. And I would sit there and I'm trying to pull, like I know nothing about hunting, never held a gun like that. And then I tried to interject another conversation once, and they really didn't receive me well, and I had to realize that's not my group.
Okay. So you just come on out.
Sometimes you got to realize that that's not your group,
Okay.
and I left that group.
Okay. Did you find another group?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Okay.
Literally.
I got plenty of groups. That group was not my group.
I'm going to connect with you after this. You got a new friend? Oh, you got a new friend? I'm so excited. We're going to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about self-care. We're going to talk about how we balance these careers. Because I know you guys are putting in hours. You too, cutie over there. Putting hours, and then partners are on hold, husbands are on hold, boyfriends are on hold, kids got away, kids got homework. How do we balance all of that? Because it's a different dynamic. Because look, ladies, you're in a situation where you're working with men and their wives are at home.
Yeah.
And you are bringing in the baking for you and your situation. So how do we maneuver through that? When we get back, we'll see you in a few. All right.
In the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Real Chicks Rock.
Comedic. Remember those so-called good old days? Those hot summer nights when you fill me with all those lines. Such a dream. You never miss your water till your well run dry. That's what I was told. I really hope this time you learn that a real man is my concern, and that's not you, baby. You cannot face reality. I hope this wouldn't hurt so much, but this woman needs some love to trust, not somebody's dreams. And I, oh boy, living in a fantasy.
Everybody's talking, baby. They be walking round like you caught it. The ups and downs, but it's all the same, and it's up to you. Just look through to the game and focus you through. Didn't I bring you up? 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 We need to get real for a little while. If there's a bad feeling, don't need to smile. Just keep focused, baby. See through illusions. If you really want to know what's there's only one conclusion. Didn't I bring you up? 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 Look how we're living. No Hollywood. Neighbors doing bad. I expect they want you to do good. You're comparing up with the Joneses. See, they ain't no sharing. So won't you leave well enough alone? Didn't I bring you up? Didn't I bring you up? Didn't I bring you up? Didn't I
Chicks Rock.
Anybody ask you what got to me? Just the vibe so true. Didn't I bring you just that Roman Anthony?
Comedic, 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 comedic.
Wanna get, got to get higher. Well, got to get higher. Well, I wanna get higher. Got to get higher. I wanna get higher. Got to get higher.
Real Chicks Rock.
Presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for every president.
Comedic, 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 comedic,
Wonder
comedic,
rhyme a
comedic,
clip, me
comedic.
and my conglomerate shall remain anonymous. Caught up in the finest clique, live out my dreams until my heart give out and ball with grave. You know exactly what this is about, what y'all mean. Handling since a teen, not to shout like the point guard of your favorite team. Without doubt, my life ain't rosy, but I roll with it. My mind was fine till the dough hit it and told me that the mo did it. And now it's kosher, things are so acidic. I blow a digit on the diamond in a minute, but no chickens. Watch how I'm walking, cause even the thoroughest brothers be knocking, trying to strike a bargain, hoping that they might get parted. Things I'm involved with got me pins and needles. And my cerebral beast, the wicked is evil. Thoughts that the sport to feed you. Be fact, in the game so deep, things could catch you. Freeze off my kneecap, can y'all believe that? Got the city drinking crystals, we up the fee. Players going broke, trying to keep up with me. My rise to riches, surprise the chickens, think harder. You know this, brother. Jay-Z, Sean Carter, G.S. stuck, Tree-S stuck. Watch me shine like a bright lit V get stuck. All rhymers forget it like Alzheimer's. Small timers, I said it. I'm addressing all drama. Talk
Presidents
to
to
me.
represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for every presidents to represent me. I'm out for 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 every presidents to represent
So
me.
sick of rappers. I want money like Cosby, who wouldn't? There's this kind of talk that make me think you probably ain't got no pudding. Players got them kind of dreams from jail. You in the streets, player, make your moves, get your mail. Fellas are coasting the SL, but can't post bail. Roast the L, but scared to throw your toe swell. I'm here to tell fellas, it ain't all swell as heaven, then it's hell, fella. One day you're cruising in the 7, next day you're sweating, forgetting your lies. Alibis ain't matching up, nonsense catching up. Here with the Rico, they repo your vehicle. Everything was all good just a week ago. About to start bitching, ain't you? Ready to start snitching, ain't you? I forgive your weak acts, hustling just ain't you. Aside from the fast cars, honeys that shake their calves and balls, you know you wouldn't be.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Yeah, we should be doing it. Hi, welcome back to RCR Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host for today, Michelle Dusberg. This is part 2 of our conversation with women in corporate management. We had some nice, juicy conversation during the green room, and we are not going to share not a stitch of it, not one piece. But we will thank you all that are sharing and liking and watching. We got some people from home watching, from family giving us support. Yay! Thank you. Because this is all about empowering our listeners. We want to thank Ramadan for calling and just letting us know it's not just about women, but men need this kind of information too, so they know how to maneuver and work with us and not work against us. So again, I thank you ladies for that first half, because there was nothing in there that was negative. There was no form of bashing. I tried to pick and try to find something. You know, y'all are polished and clean and just nice professional people. But now I'm going to bring it down a level, or shift gears, if we will. When we took the break, before we took the break, I talked about, I wanted to understand, how do you guys balance it all? Now, I'm going to use me as an example. Because Diana says I do everything. I don't think I do everything, but maybe I do. I am a professional by day, right? So I'm a senior project manager. I work for a Fortune 500 company, so I work in corporate. I've been in corporate all my professional life. Thank you. May I have another? No. I am a divorced person, so I'm a single mom. My son is 10 years old. Right. I have this brand, Real Chicks Rock. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm over here. I'm doing a lot of different things that gives me life, right? That makes me happy. I'm very happy. I'm in a very good place right now. But it does take a lot. It takes me saying no. Sometimes I have to say no. I can't do it all. People want me to do it all, and I cannot. I've learned to say no because I can't do it all. The quality in which I'm going to extend what I'm giving could diminish because I'm spreading myself thin, right? I'm not going to do anything that's going to create any kind of integrity to the brand. So I got to be careful as to where I align and do certain things with, right? I need rest. I need me time. I need self-care. That was the key word we heard earlier today. I need self-care. Self-care for me could be like doing nothing at all, or just laughing, yucking it up, being sociable, but not always having a reason to do what I do. Like today, like right now, this is my reason. I have a reason right now. I'm doing this show. This is my reason to be here. But for me, sometimes just like stepping away from stuff for just a minute, give me an hour, 2 hours. That's what I need. So how do you ladies, because you guys are higher in management than I. I'm just a senior project manager. I'm a senior project manager.
Don't make me fuss at you.
Yes, you're gonna fuss
And you own Real Chicks Rock. You are CEO.
So let me break this down for you.
Are they fussing at me or they? All right, okay, I'll take that back. It's not just. But ladies, how do you do it? I'm looking at Reyna. Reyna, how do you do it?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
I won't. You want me to come back later?
Well, I mean, I can just give a quick answer.
How do you do it?
I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning because I have had too many occasions where I've had mini meltdowns.
Oh, really?
Not realizing that I'm doing too much.
Okay.
Because like I said, I come from a very like strong work ethic background. My dad made a joke. He said, "Your last name Jones means to do more."
Really?
So that's not what it means. But I always feel like, okay, what's next? What's next? I'm always thinking about being productive. And when I'm not being productive, I feel guilty.
That's probably all of us.
And so I had to learn that self-care is being productive.
Yeah.
And, you know, Diana, I have you to thank for that as
Right,
well.
right.
Just like, you know, being more in tune with my needs.
Needs, yes.
My needs and my desires and what makes my heart sing. Because, you know, I was always looking for, a solution to a problem.
Okay.
You know, or preparing for the next thing. And not being in tune with myself. Like, what do I need? So I write as well. And so I had a writing coach who said, Reyna, write about what makes your heart sing.
Okay.
I'm like, sing?
Right.
My heart doesn't sing. What are you talking about? We have all these health disparities we need to talk about. You know, we have all these issues I need to write about and get the word out. And I just was so focused on coming up with a solution to a problem that I was neglecting myself without even realizing it.
Okay. Wow, that's powerful. So it's every day. You do a little bit every day. It's a work in progress.
I am.
All right. Well, good. Congratulations. All right. Lee.
Yes.
How do you do it all? How do you do it all, Lee?
Well, it's a struggle, a constant struggle, but a few things that have helped with the self-care. I work out religiously, 4:30 a.m., pretty much every day, and that has been my saving grace.
Yes.
Because that gives me a chance to clear my head, take care of myself.
Yes.
I don't think about anything else really while I'm there. So that helps a lot. And then my advice for women in management or women, period, if you have more than one thing going on, and I just posted a video about this, is as much as you can put it routines in your life, do that, because that kind of helps free up your headspace for the self-care. And so that has helped. And then I was kind of thinking, like, should I say this or should I not say this? But I'm not ashamed of it. But I see a therapist.
Okay.
And I have a regular therapist.
Okay.
And it's not like there's always like, oh my God, there's something going on, or I'm crazy, or I'm this, or I'm that. But for me, that's self-care.
Okay.
That's having that one person that doesn't have a dog in the fight that I can just say, this is what I'm processing. And
Right.
sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's work, sometimes it's kids, sometimes it's finances.
Awesome.
But, you got to figure out what works for you.
Routine works for me, hands down. I'm very routine Monday through Friday, maybe Friday till 5, and then after that I'm open to anything else. Then my personal life doesn't have to be so routine, but work has to be very structured because it's myself and my son, and he's 10.
Right.
So I have to make sure that I work out every day, and he gets to school, and I get to work, and it's like a train, like every day for like 5 days, right? And then on Friday when the train pulls in the station, where I can just do that, and then it's like whatever you want to do, whatever sounds good, in lieu of these other things that I have to do. But I'm open to like just going, hanging out in Midtown, or walking about, or doing something else.
My
To
mentor
just
said, just like you plan your work, you have to plan your fun.
How about you?
This question scares me.
Why?
Because if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I do some self-care. I get massages all the time. But I'm like knotted up though. But like when I go to
And
get
she
a
has
massage,
a wonderful fiance that helps with
when I
self-care.
get a massage, literally, my massages aren't good ones. They're like knots everywhere. It hurts. I'm so intense.
Yeah.
But anyway, my fiance now actually tells me all the time I need to get sleep. I'm normally working on like 4 hours of sleep.
Why?
Because I'm doing so much. I read a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know.
Busybody.
What? But you don't have a bag under those eyes. You're only getting 4 hours of sleep. You look great.
Thanks, because my guy, they get dark. They get dark.
They
I drink
do.
a lot of
You
water.
drink a lot of
my God.
water.
I do when they start getting dark.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. But I'm a work in progress. I like to do a lot of things. So what's wrong is not a problem. I'm gonna own it. What I like about myself is doing a lot of things.
Okay.
Is what I like to do. So if
true.
it's like if I've got a busy day on, my fiance always says you'll find a spot for everything. So if someone says let's do this, and if I got an opening, I'm like, okay, I could do it at this time. Boom, I'm there, and it's not a problem. So I'm not even looking at it like, oh, I got to do this at 4:30. I'm like, oh, I got to do this at 4:30. I leave here and I go do this at 7. I like it,
You do.
but I will say I can only sleep at my fiance's house because I don't have to do anything there.
Yeah.
I can sleep, but when I sleep in, it's like 9:30. I'm in the bed. I'm like, oh, I feel so lazy today. And I got wasted away in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah,
What time
that's
do you
why
typically?
have friends like me? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
Go to concerts.
Yeah,
right after
concerts
an
and
interview.
jumps out of planes and do all kinds of stuff.
We have a funny story about that, about the three of us skydiving.
Oh, yeah, we skydived and was it?
I keep
in
that
Rio.
picture on my
we
desk.
skydived in Rio.
In Rio.
I got a version, and they have a version.
But it is
the same.
we haven't talked about your circle and who you need in your circle, because these ladies all help balance me out, because I'm the busybody that is not organized like Latoya. I have time management problems. That I
Do
need to
you
work on.
really?
Not in the office. In personal life.
Personal, because you try
Personal
to do
life.
everything. You want to do everything.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, she wants to do
And
everything.
she's so helpful, and she wants to
Yeah.
she wants to do everything.
She wants to do
I
everything.
can do this. I
I'm
can
like,
do
no,
that.
I'm only gonna do this one thing, okay?
Yeah.
This is the time I'm gonna be there. That's it. I'm not making any more stops. But you will make the stops.
You'll make stops. You'll be just wide open.
I have to pull it in. I'm learning how to rein it back in. 'Cause I'm
Really?
like, yeah.
So it's
'cause
a balance. I mean, it's hard.
It's a balance.
to do.
It is.
hard.
And
But
it's,
if you like to do it,
yes, because I'm a people person. I love
Yeah,
being around people.
yeah.
It makes me smile. I love it. I love talking to people. I'm a natural connector. I
Yeah.
love connecting people. Like, oh, you should go talk to. Oh, my friend Lee does. Ooh, Latoya is financial genius.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love. And then it's
I
like,
like
okay,
that
now
too.
did you text me their information? Oh
Yeah.
my bad. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I know my
Yeah,
personal weaknesses.
yeah.
In the office, I'm not like that, but I feel like I know I give so much into work, because I work 12, 13, 14-hour days. I check work email twice today. When I get home tonight, I'll pull up my laptop and do some stuff to get ready for the next week. And what I'm finding is my 8-year-old daughter gets older. She's my mini-me unintentionally, but she's apple and tree all day. And she knows how, like, she comes in the office with me. She knows that I'm working. She respects my work. She knows she'll come in the room. She's 8, right? But when I'm on mute or that work day is over, it's 5 o'clock. Now, granted, my work day goes until 7:30. It does not matter. 5 o'clock, this 8-year-old is like, we making bracelets, we making earrings. What are we doing? We gonna build something. I'm a builder. Can I code something to show you? Like we're about to engage, and you're turning all that off. Your phone is off. Your laptop's off. Yeah. Which is a beautiful thing, right? And so what I've done is I've hired help. I have help. We have a house cleaner. I have a tutor who picks up my daughter from school, takes her, does all of her homework with her, and then tutors her 2 grade levels above on math, science, and grammar. Everything. Because I realized with my daughter's old private school, they had 2 to 3 hours of homework every night. The role that I play as a mother in someone that's molding her, I am not as well in the role of being her educator. So that 2-3 hours of homework a night, that's not my strong suit. Let me find someone who's their craft. This is their calling. And it works. I've been using her for almost 2 years, and like now my daughter's in gymnastics. I was like, hey, I added gymnastics. So like on Tuesdays they go to Chick-fil-A. They do the homework at Chick-fil-A. She feeds her, and now she's like, oh yeah, I can take her to gymnastics.
That's right.
Winning in life.
Yes.
So my grandmother helps me out with a lot of stuff like that.
Nice.
So, but I'm gonna lose her soon, so I got to figure that part out. But it'll be okay. But she's actually helps me. Logan
She's moving to Chicago,
homework.
not loser.
She's moving back to Chicago.
I saw your face. Like, what do I say? What do I say?
No.
Grandma, I was like, Grandma.
No. She's moving back to Chicago. She's healthy.
I wasn't ready for that segment of the show. Okay.
But she does all that extra stuff.
Yeah, family's so important.
But I think the key, and something that we all said, and I think it's part of the age or being corporate America, whatever, is that you really have to own who you are and feel okay with it. Like, I'm okay going constantly like that. I'm okay hiring help, you know, and I think we're one of the first generations where we're probably getting more comfortable with saying, I need help raising my child. Like, I can't do with what my mom did or
cleaning my house.
Or cleaning my house. I used to feel so guilty if I hired somebody to clean my house. Or even just going to a therapist.
Diana said,
even a therapist, because I'll go to a therapist from time to time. But it's interesting, right? Most of my concerns that I want to talk to with a third party is around work.
So,
because it constrains. So I have
work.
a professional coach, and I have 2 or 3 go-to people. And my professional coach, I get off the phone with her and I am beaming. I can't type fast enough. I am like sitting there, my brain is moving. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to realize, like, you know, I need someone who's already chartered through this territory, right? So she advises CIOs. Who better to have as a coach, right? Than someone that is talking to the people and helping people achieve their life dreams professionally. The other thing that's interesting, I'm a newlywed now. So I've been married before, and divorced, and I recently got married again. And so I'm like, okay, it's only 24 hours in a day. Do I have to carve into that work time? Like, where's this time going to come from for me to cultivate this newlywed situation, right? So being boyfriend girlfriends, one, being married is
a
different,
whole nother
right?
thing.
And they have their own time schedule. They have their own, hey, I want to go do, and you got to carve out and make time for all of it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I wish I could be like Latoya, because Latoya's only slept 4 hours a night since I've known her, versus if I sat here right now, I'd probably go to sleep. So if I could be more polished in my time management and more structured in how I go about my day, I'm good working time. Outside of working time is willy-nilly. It'd be like, what did I just do for the last 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Did I just look at Instagram? What was I doing? I don't understand what just happened. So I need to be more polished, and I realize, like, I need it.
You know what? Actually, I don't want to say the problem, but what happens is, if you don't have the structure lined up, it has to be lined up. If it's not lined up, then it is willy-nilly. But then don't say you want to be like me, because then it's the overscheduling.
Right.
So it's like the weekend, it's Friday, okay, we're going to do this. Like, we had a busy day yesterday. I can't remember everything we did. But yeah, we went to the Hawks game. We did all this other little social things.
And you weren't tired?
No, it was good.
See, I would be exhausted.
I got out of bed at 1 p.m.
But that's what I was thinking. So what happens is, if it's planned out, like you got things you're doing, then you'll get your things done. But then that's the problem. You overschedule everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my problem. I overschedule everything.
See, I like that. Sit still.
I did too.
Thinking. That's one of my best thoughts. That's when I get the most done for me is when I just have that sit still. I'm just going to sit here and just kind of zone out.
See, I get tired and I go to sleep.
So
and then I'm like,
can't you carve that out every day?
So
Is that the time management problem?
No, it's just with the role that I am in, it is very, very demanding all the time. So right now, I probably have 26 unread work emails. That's a constant number. Sometimes it spikes to 3,200, right? And so if you staff, they have needs, you have needs, your management has needs. And so one thing I have given up is I don't work out. I used to work out all the time, and I don't work out. And now I'm trying to find time to work out. I'm not a morning person. If I was a morning person, I think I would be president of the world. I am not a morning person. So to even say, let me try to get up at 6 is
Don't say that. You can be a morning person.
You can get up.
Anyway.
You have to want to.
Yeah.
You have
She
to create
doesn't
a
want
habit.
to.
We'll work on it.
She doesn't.
So we're on vacation. I'm like, everybody, let's get up and go watch the sunrise. Everybody's like,
What?
Every time.
What?
But I'm out there. I'm out there
Yeah.
on the beach. I get that beautiful sunrise, and everybody else is like, don't call me.
But that's your self-care. And maybe yours is not getting up in the morning.
Yours is going to the
Yours is staying
concert
in.
tonight.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I,
on a
on
Sunday.
night, I
She
wouldn't do
She
that.
can do a concert, and then she'll be like, I got to do this webinar. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do over here.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Turn it off, and then go back to the party.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
her.
Casey.
Yes.
Actually, at Chastain.
I've seen you do that.
Yeah.
Martinis and like, oh wait, I gotta work. Oh, that's
Yeah.
my birthday.
At your birthday. She's always working. Invites
it too.
people. Wait a minute.
I take- yeah, that's
Invites people to the Super Bowl party. She ain't there. She had to
Oh,
work.
I sure did.
She had to work.
Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Michelle
Yeah.
came.
Yeah, I
Michelle
sure
came. I was
did.
like,
Christian
sorry.
Ryan was there. John was wonderful. Hi, John. He was wonderful. He was awesome. I had a great time, and we were, we saw.
Diana's at work.
She's at work. You just doing it all.
We were bridesmaids together, and she was like, I need to write this speech real quick.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, my makeup's done. I mean, I'm ready. Let me just ready. Let me go ahead and
I'm not messing
utilize
with you.
my time.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. But yes, there are different levels personally for those dynamics because your kids require something, a boyfriend requires something, a fiance is different than a boyfriend, and then a husband is different than a fiance, and so you have different tiers. Because that boyfriend and fiance thing, you can be like, I gotta go home. I'll
And
see
then
you
if you
later.
don't have either, what do you?
I know, that's the thing, too. You can just go home.
You can just go home.
Dating
Yeah,
is
dating. It's tricky.
It's tricky
It's
when you
tricky.
have all of this in play.
Yes, because
How
your
they
full
perceive
package.
you,
Yeah,
how they
your full
relate
package.
to you.
Yeah. How do you navigate through that?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
hard.
it's hard.
Either men are intimidated or
Yes.
they want something. It's just
It's just a bunch of mess.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah, but we're hopeful. We're not saying that in a bad way.
No.
Yeah, we're hopeful, but that is the course though, because some guys are on some mess and they can't deal with the level that you are. And then what they find to be intriguing is that you're not a horrible person. Like you
Right.
have all these great attributes and qualities, and you're a nice person. Then they go, man, like I gotta get right. And then they not. And then
Right, and they try to get right on you.
Yeah,
And then they right, and it don't work. They go, oh, it's too much in a relationship. What just happened? I thought we were cool.
Yeah. So
That happens.
that happens. It does. I know we're not right, but we're talking. This is discussions. We're talking about everything that women in corporate management have to deal with. Now, I heard earlier in part 1 that we have some entrepreneurial lanes. Latoya, you got some stuff going on as an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing?
So I teach.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also
What do you teach?
Actually, I teach in the Certified Financial Planning program. So
Wow.
I teach retirement planning and also teach risk management and
Wow,
insurance.
wow. That's
So
your
that's-
own brand, your own
Mhm,
business,
that's my
your own
business,
lane.
my own
Wow.
lane. And then the financial planning part of my business, I don't run it through the insurance agency.
Mhm.
So I have my own financial planning firm and tax planning firm. So I've been
Wow.
doing that since like 2002. And I want to get into this online marketplace, like selling something online. If I can say what I
t-shirts.
want to do, it's something at Alibaba, like I got it on my phone. I'm looking at everything. I'm like, I've got to really figure this piece out
Right.
because I it's not that I'm tired of working as hard. It's a smarter way to work.
Yes,
These
it is.
younger people have got, we're doing the corporate track, the 9 to 5.
That's true.
There's a
That's
better
true.
way.
That's true.
I mean, my daughter's making YouTube videos, and she's got the whole lingo down. I'm like, how is she do? Subscribe to my channel, do this, do that. But this is what they're doing. They're selling things online, and I want to get involved in that space.
Yeah, we are definitely an e-commerce society. People are not going out to brick and mortar as much as they used to. They don't have the time, right? So everything is easier. Just press a button from their iPad or their phone, and boom, and they place their order, and boom, it comes in 2 or 3 days.
That's the next thing that I want to do.
Okay, all right. Now you, Leah.
So a couple of years ago, and this is tied to my interest and my passion.
Yes.
So just a reminder, a refresher. My background is in journalism and public health.
Yes.
And so I deal with science communication. So I am a founding member of this journalism/science collaborative, where we have journalists working with scientists to tell better health and science stories. And it's a lot of work, and sometimes we take breaks and we're like, what are we doing? But so it's so the name of it is the National Science and Technology News Service.
Wow.
So we're very well connected. So and our goal is to highlight scientists and journalists of color.
Okay. So not any of the illnesses or things that we're dealing with, but just science from a scientist's perspective. That's what we're doing.
Oh no, we talk about health issues. We a few years ago we did several Twitter chats on the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, Ebola. What else? Some other ones. And we get a really good response, and we break down the science into plain language. For the people.
Okay. And how long have you been doing the
We started doing that 3 years ago.
Okay.
So.
Wow. Anything else you want to be working on?
Oh gosh, I want
to
do something like just easy breezy, beautiful.
Sounds like a commercial.
I'm trying to just write about things that are not science based. Or solving a problem.
Okay.
So really like trying to figure out what does make my heart sing.
So you're going to just blog maybe just to be...
Just be free, and I have been thinking about blogging, but still focusing on health issues. Like I want there to be a health underlining, tone to it. And I'm leaning towards like wellness, mental health, and women in the workplace specifically, like all the microaggressions that we deal with that we don't talk about, that are that they're really creating a wear and tear on our bodies. So but I want to do it in a light way, not in a
because we were getting heavy with them. We were getting heavy there.
No, I'm gonna keep it light. I'm gonna keep it
heavy there. Okay.
Thank you.
Lee.
Yes.
With your businesses, brands, show the people your T-shirt.
My T-shirt, so I'm going to get to that. My company is Ashby & Watts Consulting. So if you're watching, please like my Facebook page and sign up for my newsletter and all that stuff. But Ashby & Watts Consulting, it is a marketing company committed to helping small businesses and solopreneurs tell their stories in a strategic and holistic way. And part of Ashby & Watts Consulting, I came out with some T-shirts, bougie, bossy, and branded, because that's really my target audience. I like women who have a little bit of sass and kind of bossy, know what they want, and want to be branded. And then I also have one, blessed, bossy, because I have some Christian friends that were like, I'm not wearing bougie on my shirt. So, so we have blessed, bossy, and branded. And so... and also part of a brand that I love Ashby & Watts Consulting. I do a lot of coaching and helping people find clarity around their brand and who they are, their why, and living that out, whether that's in the corporate arena or their own businesses. I have a lot of ministry clients because I am a former pastor's wife, and underneath my company, I also developed a brand, Still God's Girl, because just coming out of a ministry marriage, there was a lot of fallback from that. And I realized no matter what, I'm still God's girl.
I
So
know that's right.
I wrote a workbook on that and
love it.
do a lot of speaking around that.
I love it. You got a new client. I'm so excited about this sword. 2018 is going to be my year. We're going to discover my wow. I am so excited. Yes. Diana, tell people, do you have anything that you're doing entrepreneurial wise? You, Miss, I get bored.
It feels weird. Not really, other than speaking. So I've been speaking more. Next month I'm doing a webinar talking about data warehouses. It's actually with a chief marketing officer group in March. I'm waiting to find out if I speak at a conference in Vegas, which is a very large conference in Vegas. So I'm speaking, some of it's with the company I work with, and sometimes it's just on my skill set. So my background, digital, of course, technology, marketing technology, the evolution of marketing technology, because it's a newer role in the workplace. That title kind of came up in the late, around 08, 09, and people are still like, what is it? Because it's very organic. Like, you can't go and go take a class, so pursuing that more and just keeping the balance, though, because I realized my last speaking event, because of the nature of who was in the audience, was a lot of bigwigs, C-suite, large set of people with different backgrounds, and so it required me to do a lot above and beyond than how I normally prepare to speak. And I realized, okay, I gotta find a balance because I love doing it, but the time is pulling away from my family to do that. Like, I just gotta find that trade-off where do I do smaller speaking events or do I do less and just do one or two really, really big ones, right? So working on that.
And she has her life coaching business.
Yes. Yeah, I was just asking about that.
Right.
Yes.
And I do I love. I'm like, go live your best life. Go do it. You can do it. It's so attainable. 'Cause people are always like, oh my gosh, you and your husband do all this stuff and you just did it. I'm like, I just went and found a Groupon. Like, let's just get it. You know what I mean? So we were just talking about earlier the story. We went to Rio as part of our international residency, and I was like, let's go skydiving. And they were like, what? Why would we want to do that? And I'm like, it's fun. Why not? We're in Rio.
You're missing a piece. She emailed the whole class. Remember that part? You emailed the whole class. Everyone, let's do this. And then everybody's like, what? But we did it. Us three out of 56 of us, we did it. It's
wow.
It was to the side of a mountain. You literally run off the mountain and you go
just jump
off a cliff. And
well, as
Look at Reyna. Reyna's like, I'm not doing that. Reyna's like, I'm not doing that.
I didn't want to, but
it was great. And she got up there. She was the main one. Like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I'm good. But that was for different. It's a lot of fun reasons.
I only did it to shut her up because I knew she would not leave me alone. And then
I did it because I wanted to do something different. I kept saying, I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm going somewhere new. I want to do something different. And I was going through a divorce. Actually, it was final and everything. I was just kind of doing my whole new me type thing, and that was a piece of it.
That was fun. So I like doing that. I like encouraging, and I like. So one thing I realized, being a mom, I feel like we don't speak life into kids.
Come on.
So I like speaking life.
Come on.
Like, I speak life into Diana. Diana knows she is awesome. She has a mantra: we send away to school. And so you have to speak life, and it's not, the kids definitely need it because they're not getting it. But even us as adults, we're not speaking life into each other.
Right.
We have all this time on this earth, and it's like, let's go live it. Let's go be. Like, and then what is it, right? So, like, I personally still need to articulate where I want to be when I grow up, even though, I'm grown
You're
now.
not growing up yet.
So, but it's like trial and error, experiencing different things to get to that point. But definitely life coaching, because I keep getting pulled back into it. I just went to dinner with a girlfriend last night. He was like, you offered to sit down with me and just chat. Is that offer still on the table? And it took us like a month to get it on the calendar. We went last night and had a great time. And she was just like, I needed this. And I was like, like, you have to have people you talk to that's just like speaking life into you all the time. Like, let's go get it. Let's make it happen. Like, you fine. Let's get it. So I need to figure out how to really mold and shape that, because I love connecting people with each other. I love encouraging people. My mom fed into me like that. Still to this day, if I could tell my mom, like, no, I want to be an astronaut, she'd be like, okay, baby, just make sure you're safe. And and from that, then I end up doing. I was telling someone last night. I don't know how we even got on the topic, but I was like, yeah, my 4th grade science fair project was on fiber optic cables. I am an alien in my family. I have an older brother and a younger brother. Our personalities, we're all very charismatic. But I'm like, I don't know where that came from because no one in my family was into technology.
Yeah.
And my mom just be like, okay, I'm going to take you to the library. We're gonna figure this out.
Right.
But that carried through to end up, I work for NASA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so now it's like, so I'm always like, so it's a very interesting thing, but it came from my mom, just like, do whatever you want to do. Like, you got it, I'll help you. I may not have the resources or know-how, but I'm going to take you and make sure you're successful and you have the exposure for whatever you want to achieve.
So she didn't place limits on your life. But I think so many parents do.
I
be a doctor, going to be a lawyer, going to be an engineer.
I
go to grad school.
In high school, I was in cheerleading, marching band, chorus. I was the class secretary. I was in student government. Like, literally, in my picture, it was like this. It was like, like, because I just didn't. I always was doing something. And she was like, oh, go. Like, you want to go do that? Okay. So, like, I started taking college classes in high school while still trying to balance this high school full life. But, yeah, she always, like, whatever you want to do. So I wrote for the paper in the city. I was on the yearbook. I was on the newspaper for the high school. And it's so kind of crazy now because in my office, I have an article that I wrote in 1994 about the information superhighway. That ended up being the field that I'm in.
Wow.
Right? So I've been a published writer. I've been a da-da-da-da. So, you kind of get to a point like, well, what's next?
Yeah.
So I thought about, dabbling in different things, but then what's next? And just always, always, always evolving.
Just awesome. So with all of that, when do you think you're going to give up corporate America? When are you going to quit corporate? Are you ever going to quit?
I don't think I am.
You never.
Because I have this seat where I can help other people who have that interest, right? So I'm a member of a travel group, and everyone's always like, they quit, and they become expats, and they travel the world, which is a beautiful, great thing. And I like corporate. It works. I have a vacation time, so I still can travel and do other interests. However, I can also help lift other people up.
True.
Okay.
And so, like you said, now that Ursula is not in her position, who is there, right? And so it does require a lot, but I love what I do. So
You do. How about you, Lee?
I love what I do. I mean, it's been told to me, prophesied all these things that, oh, you're going to have your own, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And I don't necessarily push that away, but I really love my job. And I don't know what the future has, but I'm not one of those where I have like, I got to get out of here.
I got you. A lot of us have that. How about you, Reyna? You thinking
I
like...
can see myself totally, leaving and starting my own.
Okay.
Consultancy. I would enjoy, mentoring, people and inspiring folks, especially women, and not just women of color, but all women. And even in the workplace, I have a coworker who is significantly younger than I am, and she's so full of pizzazz, and she's a boss, but she reminds me of myself 10 years ago because she wants to be recognized for her hard work. She works so hard, and she's so smart. And I just tell her, like, you're not going to always get recognized, but you have to know that you're doing a good job and that you are doing, tremendously, And one during a happy hour, we were just, I don't know, I guess after maybe like 2 or 3 drinks or more, I don't know. She was just like, Reyna, thank you so much, for all of your advice and getting me through this year. And like Diana, like you did that for me. And I think that, as women, we can be that support for each other, at different points in our lives. I don't think that ever stops. I don't think you ever get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm good. I have it all figured out.
Right.
You're never going to get to that point, though.
Right.
So I enjoy mentoring others because I know how valuable that is when I receive it from others.
Awesome. Latoya?
I love what I do. I don't see me leaving.
Okay.
I'll always have some side jobs, side businesses, I
Hustles.
guess. Yeah, I always call them hustles. I used to call them hustles. You got to have, the key to wealth anyway is multiple streams
There
of income.
you go.
You got to have multiple
That's it.
streams of income,
Yep.
Right.
regardless.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm going to always have. And when I finally leave, it will be retiring with my e-commerce business, generating money until I die. And pass it on to my honey bunny.
That's the plan. That is the plan. I always tell people, I have a confession because I always say I got to get out of corporate America. I do. It's just not fulfilling for me. But I always enjoy seeing it work for other people. I know it works. Just in currently, watching what I'm saying. It's not working for me at the present time. That could change with proper coaching, life coach, and marketing strategies, right? Figure out your why.
Yeah.
Those things could change. But I always tell people, though, corporate America is in the business of making money. And the framework works. It works. Unfortunately, it may not always have the right players involved to make it work. But if you take that and apply that to any area of your life, you're going to be all right. You'll be more than all right. So right, you make it work for you, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. You take everything that you learned
right.
in corporate, how to conduct a meeting, the importance, the audience, your why, marketing, the branding, the communication skills, everything. And take that wherever you go, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So for that, I always tip my hat to the opportunity to work for corporate, for really good companies, right? Really good
And
companies.
train under them, get all of your
Yes,
certifications, get all your
yes,
education,
yes.
and everything.
Get everything you can
Everything
get
you
from
can.
them. Get everything that you can get so that you can have enough information to make the proper decisions for yourself. Whether you stay there and continue to go up, whether you stay lateral, you just come out the game. But the information is there for us to use and to optimize to the best of our ability. Would you agree?
Oh, yes.
Ladies, you would agree?
And don't be miserable working for any company.
I know that's
Yes.
right.
Seriously,
And
if you're going to
don't
be
burn bridges.
don't
Yes.
burn bridges and don't be miserable. Find another company to work for
There
because
you
it'll
go.
take the life out of you, and then you'll just think you're going to be complacent and get left behind.
Yeah, and we don't want that. Well, ladies, that's my time, right? I want to thank everybody for coming today. Thank you so much. You guys know me. I'm Real Chicks Rock. I'm everywhere. My friend Lee's going to show me how to market better. So, right. But for today, until I know better, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I have a website, realchicksrock.com. Feel free to follow, right? Right, Lee? Am I saying the
Yes.
right
What's
things?
your next program
Yes,
gonna be
my
about?
next and my right. That's always the little element of surprise because that's a work in progress. But I do have a charitable event going on Friday. Right. Yes, that's what we do. It is called The Connection Behind the Groove. And we have, what do we have? We have female DJs. Yes, we do. And
nice.
proceeds from that event will go to MS. Right. Get your life. So it is this Friday, January 26th on Edgewood Avenue. It is at the Music Room. It is at 327 Edgewood Avenue. Doors open at 10. Like I said, proceeds will go to MS. Please join us if you can. If you can't, we'll take your donation. Thank you so much. Right, Lee, work with me, Lee.
I'm listening. I'm taking notes.
You taking notes? Yeah, she's going to brief me later. That's my time, guys. You guys, thank you and have a good day. Continue to rock on. Bye-bye.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.